You ready? Yep. All right, I'd like to welcome everybody to the 23rd Annual Beast of the East Wrestling Press Conference. This coming Saturday and Sunday, 19th and 20th, right across the street at the Bob Carpenter Center. Every year, again, it takes a year process. Jody and we start on January 15th, believe it or not, after the Beast, and it doesn't stop until Sunday night. It's a long, grueling time. Bob Shaw did it for 10 years. Vic Leonard did it for 10 years before him. So those guys, I talked to Bob Shaw today, and he said he finally can go give candy to his customers. So anyway, so I look back, and every year it's amazing at the talent that we get. And I was looking at it today, and I'm saying it's one of the talented years we've had. But it's not. It's just another talented year. Every year it has the talent and the depth in every weight class. Going through the weight classes today and looking at some of the wrestlers that we have, some of the teams that we have coming, it's the best in the nation. So with that being said, we have about 110 teams coming from 13 different states. We have Arizona coming this year. It's a new school, Seton Prep. We have Pleasant Valley coming from Utah again. They were here in the past. They're back this year. We get a call yesterday, and again, it doesn't stop. We get a call, I think, yesterday or the day before from Brunswick, Connecticut. They have two wrestlers they want to bring down to Beast. Can they bring them? Well, who are they? Well, the one kid's John Enrico. He placed second at National Preps last year. Yes, he's more than welcome to come. So we try to get the best talent throughout the country that we can that want to be here. So 110 teams, some of the top teams this year. Again, if you go on any ranking, every ranking's different, but just the other day, the Flow ranking had Blair number 1, Bergen Catholic number 3, and Bethlehem Catholic number 5. Now that's top 5 teams in the country. So, again, it's going to be a dogfight for the team total this year. Outside of that, you have 15 of the top 50 teams that are going to be here. Some of the wrestlers, we have 800 wrestlers, all fighting for a Beast Championship. Again, I look back and I look at the weight classes and look at the state championships in each weight class. So we have 46 state champions that will be entered, 38 state finalists. So you have 84, if I got that right, 84 wrestlers fighting for 14 spots. Not just 84, you have 800, but 84 that were in the finals of their state or national prep fighting to be a Beast Championship. And there's going to be upsets along the way. We know that every year. So we got Jonathan, there's 6 returning champs: Jonathan Tropea, Brandon Patzel, Nick Soriano, Luke Karam, Matt Coronetti, and Jordan Woods. Jordan Woods wasn't here last year. He was hurt, but he was a 2014 or 2013 champion. In those weight classes, you're going to have 2 Beast champions in 2 different weight classes. So you have Jordan Woods and Matt Coronetti at 220. You have Nick Soriano and Luke Karam at 126. And everybody follows wrestling. Everybody knows the battle that Luke and Nick had down at Super 32. Soriano came out on top 7-1. Nick's going for his 4th Beast Championship. It's only been done once by Mark Greb. So again, there's a lot of, I just look at it, and the depth of talent, it just amazes me. So again, David Carr from Massillon Perry. If everybody watched just the other day, he upset the number 1 ranked wrestler in the country at 145. So it's going to be a dogfight. 50% of our placers from last year are returning. So 50% of the placers that were here last year are returning. That coupled with some of the new kids that are coming up, another team that's coming is Ohio. It's a new team this year to us, Elria. And they have a strong team. They just placed, in top 20 last week. So it's their top team. Now, let's not forget our Delaware wrestlers. We're going to have some Delaware wrestlers that are going to compete. We have 6 state champs that are going to be entered into the tournament, 7 state runner-ups. So the state champs, you got Cameron Hayes, Chase Arcangelo, Brendan Lamy, Kaylin Wilson, and Tony Wiest. And they all could be on the podium at the end of the weekend. So. Last year, if you guys all watched the NCAAs, which we all do, because we're wrestling enthusiasts, we had 22% of the wrestlers that placed at NCAAs came through the Beast. That's an amazing, outstanding number. You look at the finals, we had 4 finalists. Nathan Tomasello and Zeke Moisey at the 125 pound weight class. So, and that was a dogfight in itself, but they all came through the Beast. So it's just an amazing feat. Recruiting, one of the top things that this tournament was started for was to get our Delaware wrestlers nationally recognized. And it's been done. I mean, you look at right now how many Delaware wrestlers are wrestling at the NCAA level, whether it's Division I, II, or III, we've got a good number. So this year, Vic, Ed Janvier, and Bob Shaw reached out to National Wrestling Coaches Association. And I am proud to say that starting as of right now, but it really won't be implemented until next year, that the National Wrestling Coaches Association is going to partner with the Beast of the East. So what does that mean? I mean, there's big dreams. And if anybody knows Vic Leonard, those dreams have come true over the years. So just kind of looking at some of the dreams that we're talking about here, that Mike Moyer from the National Wrestling Coaches Association, he's actually the one who stated this. It's not only the financial support that they're going to give us, it's not just the direct link to the college coaches and the access that they have to all those college coaches. They're looking for, don't think this will happen next year, but for the 25th anniversary, 2 years from now, we're looking to try to have a D1 college match on Friday night. The names that were thrown out by Mike Moyer were Cornell and Ohio State.
That'd be a nice match.
Yeah, so I mean, if that, just imagine. Coupled with that, on the same night, we're looking to try to put a D2 and a D3 all-star match together. And then we can couple that with the University of Delaware club team, have them have a club match on the same night. So trying to promote Delaware. So again, I tell you, give a big round of applause to Vic Leonard and Bob Shaw and it's dreams like that that help make us go. Social media, we're still on Twitter, Beast Wrestling 7, still on Facebook. Flow Pro will be is a sponsor of our event, and they will be streaming the event live all weekend, all matches all weekend. We can't do it without our sponsors. The amount of sponsors that we have, one of the other goal from not just recruiting has been our scholarships. It's one of the most proud things that I'm glad to be a part of this, this organization. And we've given out so far $786,000 in scholarships in 22 years. Now that's astounding. Again, meeting with Mike Moyer, there's nobody across the country that does what little old Delaware does. And that's a tall feat. So we can't do it without our sponsors. Everybody knows Donna Silvestri, our title sponsor. She's, again, not only being the title sponsor, she takes care of the hospitality suite, which is the best hospitality suite there is. So Donna, we thank you for all your support. We can't do it without you. I'd like to list, I got a list here that will be in the program, but I just kind of like to read it for the other sponsors. The platinum sponsors, ATI Physical Therapy, Dr. Michael Axe, Dr. Joseph Strait, Dr. Jeremy Axe, Marketing Special Promotions. Our diamond sponsors, Brandywine Graphics, JMBA Jewelers. Gold sponsors, Senator Nicole Poore, Milwaukee Tools. Silver sponsors, Solar Brothers Construction, C&B Construction, East Coast Electric, Tinita Scales, Hers Foods, Flow Wrestling, Brewers Outlets. Bronze sponsors are State Farm Insurance, Embassy Suites, Days Inn, Wilmington Christiana Hilton, Homewood Suites, Hampton Inn, Red Roof Inn, Baymont Inn, Wawa, Tiffin Mats, again, Schoen Lumber, RC Fab, and then the table sponsors. You have Ken Chertow, Stacy Robinson, Time to Wrestle, Mackler Defense Soap, and I tell you, with the sponsors and their participation and their support, it helps us make our scholarship goals every year. Tickets, you go on the Beast Wrestling website, Inventory takes care of our tickets. I think they're $25 at the door. For Saturday and Sunday, there is a discount, so please visit our website for any ticket information. The volunteers, endless, countless hours goes into this event, and it takes hundreds of volunteers. And the Beast Committee, again, even though we just start meeting in September, and we might only meet from September formally as a group, there's a lot of people behind the scenes that work all year round. So I'm just gonna, hopefully I'll get everybody. If I didn't miss you, I apologize. But again, starting with Donna Silvestri, Tom Basso, Jody Wilson, Bob Shaw, Ann Vittori, Ron Eby, Ross Thomas, Vic Leonard, Ed Jambier, Tom Abbott, Warren Peterson, Andy Gillen, John Groom, Dan Zier, Joe Arcangelo, Buddy Lloyd, Clay Lloyd, Keith Mumford, Shelby Hanlon, Kenny Correll, Rodney and Darlene Granger, Joe Silvestri, Joey Silvestri, Melinda Watkins, and they take care of the table in the championship finals every year and do a great job at that. And then the University Bell Wrestling Club team. So again, big round of applause for all our support. So I don't know if anybody has any questions, but that's pretty much all I have. So I'm glad. Thank you for being here. We'll see everybody this weekend.
Steve,
Yes.
the 110 teams, how does that compare to other years?
This is the most teams we've ever had. Last year, I think we had 102, 103, and typically it's around that. And the breakout, we can't take full teams, obviously, so we take, usually it's around 50-50, 51, 52 full teams, and 52, 53. We have a little bit more partial teams this year. We've had some teams, as just like Brunswick called us the other day, St. Vincent, Pilati, whatever, they called Jody a couple weeks ago, and they have 2 guys. So, and again, we'll let one, if somebody calls with one wrestler and he's a top-notch wrestler, we'll let them in all day. So, but this is the most teams we've ever had, so it's looking good.
More Delaware teams this year than usual.
More Delaware teams than usual. And again, we kind of try to make a commitment to the Delaware teams. We don't want to turn any Delaware team away.
How many are there Delaware teams?
I didn't count on myself, Kevin, but I will do that for you, and I'll include that in my email to you.
Okay.
So. Wait a minute. I have 2 people that just raised their hand, Tom Abbott and Warren Peterson, and I'd like to welcome you guys back. Tom Abbott's been in St. These guys have been an institution with the Beast for many years, and I know it's killed them when they're not here. Tom was away on work, and Warren's been serving our country in an unknown place in Afghanistan. So, Warren, you had a question.
My question was, do you ever see the total number of wrestlers ever going over 1,000?
No, we will not be able to go over 1,000, only because of the time limit that we have. One year, and I think everybody in this room may remember it fairly well, I think we went to 11 or 11:15, and I'm pretty sure we had somewhere around 920 wrestlers. And we try to avoid that at all costs. Now, I was a little nervous. I'll tell you, I was not a little nervous, I was a lot nervous, because a week ago, if all the teams that were accepted and the amounts that they were accepted with, I was at 938 wrestlers. So I was a little nervous as to who would be bringing what, but we just pulled it off the website today, and right now we have 787 wrestlers, or 797 wrestlers. And that's a good manageable amount. There's only one weight class that might have a few pigtails. That, we like to keep it to 64. It has 69. So it's going to be a good day.
How about technology's really cut the time down, hasn't it?
Track wrestling, I can't say enough about the technology and the software.
Not having dead mats.
No, I mean it goes right. It reports right to the mat. No running the bout sheets. No
lost bout sheets. That's been a big.
No bout sheets in your pocket.
That's been the biggest improvement I'm looking forward to seeing.
So and then that was coupled with the flow video that all the coaches can go on and get videos of their kids if they want them after the event's over. So.
Hey, Steve, don't say never over 1,000 wrestlers, though.
We did?
The only reason is because of the facility. If we had a place where we could put...
If we had more mats, if we had a different facility with more mats.
They're proposing that new facility.
you can't.
now
Basketball?
again.
They'll let you.
So if a facility goes up, they can handle 15, 20 mats.
We approached it.
Yeah,
You want to choose warm up or what you
Hey, Steve, I'm gonna feedback on what Bobby said. So, has there been any talk to the Riverfront designers or community as far as the proposal of the building that they're going to be putting up down there?
No, not right now. I've seen the layout of the facility. I don't know that it can handle any more than the mats that we handle right now with the seating. It's going to be a 5,000 seat facility, but I'm not sure how the seating is going to be arranged, whether they, like the University of Delaware, can collapse their one side. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do that, which then limits the space on the floor.
Right now, you can only get 6 mats, I already measured it a couple
Yeah,
years ago.
so,
It also remains to be seen if that's actually gonna happen.
I know Mike Brzezicki, it'll happen.
Oh, yeah, he's mayor.
If he becomes mayor.
Then if you know him that well, have him.
Jody, you have a question?
Tournament director, obviously Nick Soriano, that would be a special occasion for this tournament, see him and Luke Graham in the finals. You got your eye on 3 wrestlers, who are they?
As far as in this tournament, as far as who will surprise you? who
Yeah,
will
you're the
surprise
tournament
us?
director, who you got your eye on?
Oh, man, you're testing me now. I wasn't prepared for that question.
Carr from Mass.
Well, David Carr put himself on the radar the other day by beating the #1 kid in the country, but he was ranked number 3 anyway. So it wasn't like he was not known. He was known. He was number 3 wrestling the #1 guy, and they could wrestle 10 times and it could go 5 times either
Where did
way.
he place last year? He was here. Where did he place?
No, I don't think he
I don't
was.
even think he
He
played.
wasn't here last year.
He was?
I don't think he
He
was.
didn't come up here?
No.
How about Delaware guys?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
How about Delaware
Well,
guys?
okay, so Delaware guys, you have Keith Medley from Caravel at 220. And again, every weight class is tough, but Keith is just, I think he's stepped himself up a notch this year. We've seen him down at McDonough. I know he won Yellow Jacket the other day, so I think he's one that you could look at. Joe Miller from Sally's didn't get to wrestle in States last year because he was injured, but he's another one who technically is very sound and could surprise some people and be on the podium at 182.
Joe just had a good win at the Ray Oliver. He beat the 17th ranked flow kid 6'3".
Yeah,
That was a good win for him. So
yep, from Hayfield.
From Hayfield.
So, Tony Weist, he's not unknown anymore, but he's a solid wrestler that he could, again, Smyrna's got a few others, Chase Arcangelo. I don't know if the Wilson boys, they're Kalen Wilson be wrestling. So,
We won't be shut out like last year, though.
we're hoping not. We like to have guys on the podium, so the more guys that Delaware can have on the podium, the better. But obviously, we know that, it's a dogfight out there, so.
That's Lauren, I'm here.
Hey Steve, what would be for whoever the top Delaware team is, what would be an impressive finish for them in the team standings? Like top 15, top 20? I mean, what would be like a real, oh wow, look at
Well, I
that?
think last year Smyrna was, they were top, if they were not top 25, they might have been top 20 last
2
year.
years ago, they were 10.
They were
Yeah.
35. No, they were 35 last year.
Last year they were?
Yeah, I know last year maybe was a little
Okay.
bit, but I mean,
So here, top 20?
Top
If-
20.
If Delaware placed top 20, Delaware, that's saying something
Yeah.
among some of these teams that are here.
okay.
Especially when you have 15 of the top 50 nationally ranked teams in this tournament. So if somebody was to place top 20, top 25, that's saying something.
It's a feat.
So, again, Jordan Woods and Matt Coronetti at 220 is going to be an interesting match. So, again, and then your lightweights, your 106 pounders, they're the unknowns. They're the freshmen. A lot of them in that weight class right now are the freshmen of the world. That it's going to be really interesting to see where they fall.
How did we see last year's seating? How did it pan out at the end? It's a tough question, but I know we spent hours seating it. I forget, how do we fare as far as, do we have anything?
I
any
have,
weight
I, have,
class-
I have a report on that, but I did not bring it
That was
with me.
way, were we?
But I do an analysis.
We were not way out of whack last year.
No,
We did a good job this year.
when you for the top 8, probably 84%
Of the top 8.
placed.
Right.
Not in the order that not 1 through 8, but 84% of the 1 through 8 placers that you had there placed. So then you had that 16% that were.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That means.
How many do you guys see at each weight
We
class?
try to seat anywhere from 12 to 16.
Okay, that's what I was, okay.
If it's 16 deep, we'll try to go 16. Try not to do anything less than 12.
Yeah.
So. But, any other questions?
Steve, good luck this weekend.
Thank you very much.
Steve, great job.
I'm so ashamed of my man.